Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video was supposed to be a vlog. I filmed footage in July and August to vlog, and then it just never ended up really stringing together right. So I thought I would sit down with you and sort of go over the footage and sort of turn this more into a favorites video, because that is sort of like what I ended up filming through these last couple months, is like my favorite little places and things that I did. And so I thought that'd be fun. So let's hop into it. I have a little note sheet so I don't forget anything, and it's also 90 degrees in my apartment right now, so I have an ice pack that I'm gonna put on my lap, and hopefully you don't see me sweating profusely. But anyway, let's get into it. So my first sort of like favorite thing that happened in the month of July was we got a Plant Power fast food in Long Beach. So I don't live in Long Beach, but I did grow up there and I'm down in that area quite often. So Nick and I were so happy that now there was one close to us, because up until this month, or oh gosh, 2 months ago now. Up until 2 months ago, we would just visit the one in Encinitas when we were down south. So it's been really fun to go to Plant Power and get some delicious vegan cheeseburger situations. They also have these things called iconic fries that are like In-N-Out's animal style fries, if you're familiar, but obviously they're vegan and gluten-free, so that's very exciting. And I feel like the main reason that I love Plant Power is that I can get a cheeseburger, obviously vegan, with a gluten-free bun that is so soft and squishy and delicious. I can't eat gluten, so it's hard for me to get like junk food that I can have. So when it first opened, Nick and I actually share a car. We have our Westfalia, but we don't drive it often. So sometimes I'll drive him to the place that he works and drop him off. And on this particular day, it was a couple days after Plant Power opened. And so I brought him some for lunch and we did a little taste test in the car. Wait, before you come in, will you be on my vlog? Okay, so this is what the burgers look like. I got a gluten-free bun because I had to. Nick got the Rambler. Wait, get close. This is like a mukbang. So
did you bring the microphone for our ASMR video?
No. Nick got the Rambler. Wait, what's in yours again? What is that? Onion rings, barbecue sauce. It's like a Western bacon cheeseburger. You probably seen your back in the day. I got the classic, which has pickles. Nick, you have to get in there.
I am in it.
No, you're not. I'm so happy.
Yummy.
We also ended up getting their shake. My favorite flavor is half peanut butter, half cookies and cream, because again, like, where can you get cookies and cream anything that's gluten-free and vegan? I'm obsessed with this, so it's definitely a treat. And as you can see from these clips, it comes in a bioplastic compostable cup. There's a lot of misinformation with this bioplastic stuff. I still sort of consider it a zero waste fail, because you can't just throw it away in any trash can and it'll compost, you know, like it won't compost in a landfill, it won't compost in a backyard compost even. It needs a special industrial facility to be able to break down properly. And I've heard that even industrial facilities don't like this stuff because it's hard for it to break down. And again, I apologize if airplanes are, if you can hear them, because all the windows are open, you guys, it's so hot in here. But anyway, so in situations like this, I try my best to avoid that bioplastic. And after this particular day, we have just brought our own little pint cups if we're getting, you know, milkshakes there, which we don't do every time we go, but as a little treat. And if you guys watched Shelby's vlog when she was here, we had a little bit of a zero waste fail because we gave them our cup, or she gave them the cup that I brought for her, and then they ended up maybe like misplacing it, or like, I don't really know what happened. It was busy and they ended up making her a smoothie in just a normal cup. And that was annoying because I was so excited to bring her there and be like, everything here is compostable. Like, you can bring your own cup and it's great. And then they like messed up a bunch on her order. But regardless of that situation, I still love Plant Power, and it's definitely been a favorite this summer. Okay, so another fun thing that happened, I think it was in July too, it's all sort of like bleeding together now, but I'm pretty sure it was in July, was that I went to Comic-Con for the first time. and it was an experience. So Nick's been going to Comic-Con for years. He gets in free with his professional pass, and I think he's able to get one additional person in free. So he always goes with another friend, because I honestly just like don't care that much about it. But for some reason this year he was able to get me a ticket too. So I was like, I just made sure that I was really prepared so that I could be comfortable the whole time because I'm not super into like being around a bunch of people. I mean, it's just not what I do a lot. So anyway, I made sure I had my little backpack. I had a can of organic coffee, so I didn't have to worry about getting like zero waste coffee at the event. I had snacks with me. I even brought a little like Turkish towel because Nick told me that they would just sit outside for hours, and I didn't want to sit on the ground. I wanted to be comfortable, like if we were on grass or something, right? So I brought my little towel and I did sit on it for hours outside. We waited in line at one point for 4 hours outside. We got there at 5 in the morning, waiting in line for a Lego. And obviously none of this was for me. I was like doing it for our friends that were with us. Like I would give them the stuff that I got in these weird lines. But when we were waiting in the Lego line, I thought that it was like for a Lego set. And obviously like that's a crazy amount of time to wait for a Lego set. But like I said, I had all my stuff. I had my phone charger, I had my YouTube videos and my headphones, and I was just like fine to wait. And then when we got up to the front, not every person got a Lego set. You had to hit a button on an iPad and it either said like green, you get one, or red, you don't get one. And so people are waiting in line for 4 hours and they like might not get one of these things. And also it turns out it wasn't even for a Lego set. It was for one Lego character, Lego Spider-Man, one Lego character sitting outside for 5 hours or 4 hours or whatever. So I did that, and it was fun. It was definitely an experience. Like I said, I was prepared for the walking and the waiting, and I had a great time just like hanging out anyway. So the one thing that I was super excited that I brought because of all the walking and being tired and stuff was my full spectrum CBD hemp oil from City NC Trading. So I really love this brand because they test all of their oils for potency and they're all organic or better. So this company is great. They're owned by a husband and wife team, and they formulate all of their products, and they're really unique. So my favorite one is their recovery blend, and it has turmeric in it. So I love turmeric for its anti-inflammatory properties. I deal with a lot of inflammation, especially if I'm like walking around a lot or just like working out a lot. So I loved having this to take at nighttime so that my body could really like heal and repair while I was sleeping. And like I said, I've been taking this for 2 months now, and it's really helped me so much. I also deal with eczema, not all the time, but every once in a while I'll have a pretty bad flare-up. Right now I have some flare-ups on my hands, but since taking this oil, it's really helped to eliminate my eczema. It's gotten so much better over the past 2 months, and I even love using this blend topically for acne. I feel like if I start getting a pimple, I'll just put a dab on it on my skin, and then the next morning it's literally gone. It's kind of magical. I've really loved it for that. But overall, I'm just super grateful that I found this company. And yeah, I definitely want to keep using their products long term because I've seen so many benefits. Okay, and the last thing that I wanted to talk about in this like hybrid favorites vlog situation is my day with Shelby. So Shelby stayed with us for a couple nights at the very beginning of her trip here last month, and it was just so great to connect with her again. I had met her in person once before, and she's just so fun and sweet. And when she was here for just one full day, and we ended up going to Laguna Beach, to this beach that I had never been to before, and she got much better vlog footage than I have, so I'll link her video for you guys so you can watch it if you haven't seen it yet. But we went to this beach in Laguna called Treasure Island Beach, I think. There's tide pools and all the beautiful rock formations, so that was definitely a highlight of the summer for me, just going to that beach. I feel like it's so easy to just like work and not take time off to see beautiful things around you. I know I've definitely felt that way this summer. I wish that I mean, you can't just like, what happened, but in the future, I want to really carve out time for myself with Nick or just with myself or other friends to go and like experience my local parks and beaches and stuff, because I live in such a beautiful place and I feel like it's so easy to take that for granted, especially if you're just like working so much. So that was really fun. And we went to this festival called the Sawdust Festival, also in Laguna Beach. So apparently the Sawdust Festival was started in the 60s or 70s by the artists that weren't accepted into Laguna Beach's like really fancy art festival. So this is like more of the hippie situation apparently, but they set up in this beautiful eucalyptus grove in Laguna Beach, and it was so interesting and so fun. Like, people have little booths and I guess they make them themselves, and when we got there we ended up throwing a pot, which was so fun, and I've since signed up for pottery classes because I'm obsessed with it and I want to like make new like bowls and plates for our kitchen. It was just so fun, and it was free, which was kind of wild. So we did that. That was really cool. And then we just walked around and sort of admired all the art. There was this one artist that was making straws, like making glass straws there in his booth, and they were gorgeous. I really loved the ones that were this sort of almost like jade color, really pretty green, and Shelby ended up getting a really pretty pink one. And yeah, there was just so much to see around there. It was so fun, again, to like visit this place that's somewhat local to me that I had just never been before. So I'm super grateful that Shelby came into town and we got to hang out and do all these fun things on that one day. And yeah, that was another highlight of these last few months for me too. Okay guys, that's all I have for this sort of weird video. I hope you enjoyed it, even though it wasn't a very like traditional vlog. It was sort of a mix of a couple different things, but I wanted to share this stuff with you guys anyway, so I hope you liked it, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.